Okay, it's 5 p.m. Call the March 5th Finance Committee to order. Roll call, let it be noted that we are absent Chairman Lehman. We do have enough for a quorum. Under the consent agenda, item number 2A, approval of the minutes, February 5th, 2025 regular meeting. And item B, recommend approval of bills and transfer to the county board. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Member Fagan, second Leffler. Any comments or questions, additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Bills are paid. On to item 3, appearance by members of the public and county employees.
Vice Chair Friedrich, we've had no requests this evening.
Very good. On departmental matters, 4, we have our county treasurer, Becky McNeil. She brings 3 action items. Those are 4A, 1A. Request approval of a resolution authorizing the county board chair to assess mobile tax, home tax certificate of purchase. Do I have a motion? Motion by Roseman Mendoza, second. Mr. Farley. Okay. All those in favor of bringing this to the floor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The floor is yours, Ms. McNeil.
Thank you. This is a standard item for the trustee program. If you ever have any questions about the trustee program, reach out to me. I can talk about it in detail and educate you. But anyway, these are 4 parcels, 4 mobile home parcels. The owners abandoned the mobile homes. Trustee acquired title to the mobile home, and now the mobile home parks want to purchase the mobile homes. So in exchange for payment, they're asking us to assign our tax sale certificate to them.
Any questions or comments? We have a motion and a second. Request approval of a resolution authorizing the county board chair to assess mobile home tax sale certificates of purchase. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item 4A, 1B, request approval of a resolution authorizing the county board chair to cancel mobile home tax sale certificates of purchase. And I will entertain a motion. Motion by Roseman Mendoza, seconded by Leffler. You have the floor again, Ms. McNeil.
This again is a trustee item where the property owner actually tendered the amount due after the trustee was able to acquire title or an order for title. And so now the trustee is asking us to cancel the mobile home tax certificate in exchange for payment. This allows the property owner to keep their mobile home.
Any questions or comments? We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay. Chair Lehman is calling in, so I have to read this. Having conducted the open roll call and declaring a quorum is physically present, I would like to confirm to the committee that Member Lehman has requested to participate remotely under the County Board Rule 20-20 and in accordance with the Open Meeting Act. Notice was received from Member Lehman in accordance with this rule. Per Board Rule 20-20, Member Lehman will be authorized to attend the meeting electronically if a motion to approve the members' electronic attendance is made, seconded, and adopted by the majority of the members of this committee. May I have a motion to approve Member Lehman's attendance? Motion by Fagan and seconded by Roseman Mendoza. Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Key the mic.
Can you hear me?
Can she chair?
And so it'll be live over you, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Member Lehman, for attending. Back to you, Ms. McNeil. Item 4A1C, accept and place on file the county treasurer's monthly financial report. Do I have a motion for that? Motion by Klaus, second by Leffler. You have the floor for your monthly report. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
McNeil.
The first report you have is the summary of tax revenue. The first area is the state of Illinois revenue. And our February receipts are down, so we're just gonna have to continue to watch that. The shared sales tax, the February receipts there are also down, but that's reflective of what's going on up in the top. The fund equity in that shared sales tax fund is 18.7 million. However, it's comprised of not just the shared sales tax, but the behavioral health program and the SSC grant. Property tax revenue has not started coming in yet. We'll start billing hopefully during the month of April. The motor fuel tax, you have the information there. Continue to see huge benefit from the renewal fund in both the county motor fuel and the township motor fuel. The next report is the investment report. And during the month of February, we were still able to see some rates at the 4.0 rate. And that's a really good thing because we weren't sure what the Fed was going to do. The Fed hasn't really moved at the beginning of 2025 much. And it's kind of quiet right now. So even Treasury rates went down for a little while, but they're kind of coming back up. Overall, we have $124.2 million in cash and investments. The bulk of our funds are invested at the Illinois funds with a rate of 4.5%. So, any questions? Again, reach out to me if you ever have any questions. The next report is the nursing home report. This is one of the reports that we kind of modified a little bit. This is for 2024 because the nursing home is a month behind. So, but because we're still accruing, this just gives you a snapshot of where the nursing home is as of right now for 2024. We are not under audit yet, and I know there are still some entries that the county auditor still has to make to the fund. But as of right now, the fund ended at 2024 with fund equity of $724,781. Revenues and transfers were $11.9 million. Expenses and transfers out were $12.3 million. It's pretty close, but again, I don't know what entries the county auditor needs to make. So, then the next report is just the nursing home for the month of January, and I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail because it's just 1 month, and I'd be basically repeating myself. Then we move on to the Employee Benefit Fund report. The county is self-insured, so this report is in regards to our Blue Cross Blue Shield self-insurance plan. At this point in time, with our February expenses in, we have $1,378,730. January and February are typically higher months because employees are getting those wellness checks that they're required to get in the first quarter of the year. And so also when I was looking at this, you might occasionally wonder what fund equity is for the employee benefit fund since we are self-insured and a lot of our insurance goes out of that. At the end of 2024, it was $15.6 million. So.
Thank you, Ms. McNeil. Any questions or comments? I always appreciate the detail in which you, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Klaus.
Real quick, Becky, on the nursing home report,
Yes.
just for the future, can you look at the receivables? Because I think you're summing up each of the month's totals, so the quarters kind of misstated on quarters 1, 2, and 3. You see where I'm looking, where it's got like 14 million, 14.
Here is it. Oh, yes, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and, we modified that report. so we
Okay.
could
Yeah, I know
crunch
you
the
said you made a
numbers
bunch of
together,
changes,
but
so I'm
yes,
sure it
thank
just
you
slipped
for
through,
pointing
so.
that out. I do appreciate that, but I can assure you that the ending number is 5,186,209 on the GL.
I was pretty sure that was the case, so thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Have a motion and a second. All those in favor of filing the monthly financials signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, thanks again. On to item 4B. Marshall Thompson is here with Animal Control. She has no action items to bring forth to this committee. She does have a monthly report, pages 10 through 19. The floor is yours, Marcel, if you like to add anything.
I'll try to keep it pretty short and concise since there's bad weather looming. Wanted to let everyone know that things are going really good at the facility, and I'd like to point out the beautiful photos of the new facility that's coming right along, and thank Heather Paul for taking those great drone photos. I like to see the progress of things. Animals are coming and going and getting vaccinated and serviced and going to other places and new homes. Does anybody have questions about any of the things on the report that we have?
Nope, seeing none. You also give a very detailed report, and it's very clear and concise. Thank you for that. Okay, item 4C, Michelle Anderson, County Auditor, has no action items. Nothing to inform county. Okay, nothing there. On to 4D, we have our county clerk here, Ms. Kathy Michaels. She has no action items, has a few items for information. I will turn the floor over to you, Ms. Michaels.
Don't have anything to tell you. Things are going fairly well. If you have any questions about the voting, early voting is the slowest I've ever seen in my life. Vote by mail is one of the busiest that I've ever seen in my life for this type of an election. So kind of can't speak for Bloomington. Bloomington, when we peek over at them around the corner, they look very busy. Of course, we're right down here in Bloomington where the city voters are more apt to come in. To me, it looks like, I don't want to guess, it looks like a usual off-year election, and I hope we get a bigger turnout.
Any comments or questions? Very good. Thank you, Ms. Michaels. Mr. Jorzak was here. He had to leave, so he has information there. Nothing for action, pages 27, 28. Committee have any questions? Okay. We will move to item 4F. Cassie Taylor, County Administrator, brings 4 action items, and those are 4F1A, request approval of a Class C raffle license application for Special Olympics of Illinois, and I would entertain a motion. Motion by Roseman Mendoza, seconded by Leffler. Ms. Taylor, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. This item is a standard application for a Class C raffle license that requires your approval. It is for Special Olympics of Illinois in McLean County, and the prize pot is up to $50,000.
Great, great. Any questions, comments? Motion is second. All those in favor of this action item signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Action item passes. 4F1B reads, request approval of the budget for 2025 McLean County Employees Wellness Program, and I would entertain a motion. Motion by Leffler, seconded by Farley. The floor is yours again, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you. This request is for our annual employee wellness program budget, and I would like to note that Director Jessica McKnight is here. The Public Health Department does spearhead these efforts and puts on our annual wellness fair, which is a joint effort between McLean County and the City of Bloomington employees. And I will also note that whenever administration has asked Ms. McKnight to attend special meetings, special committee meetings to help present an item under her purview, she is always in attendance, so that is very appreciated, and thank you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, and I have backup as well.
Any questions from committee? Here's your chance. We got a couple experts online. Hearing none, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. On to 4F1C, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2024 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance. And I entertain a motion from the committee. Motion by member Rosamond Mendoza, seconded by member Klaus. Floor is yours, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you. This is the end-of-year adjustments made to the 2024 budget. And it's for those departments that are under the oversight of this committee. And I'd entertain any questions you have.
Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor of this action item signify by saying aye. Any opposed, same sign. Action item passes. 4F1D, request approval of administrative salary adjustment in the Children's Advocacy Department. And I would entertain a motion. Motion by Fagan, seconded by Klaus. Floor is again yours.
Thank you,
Ms. Taylor.
Vice Chair Friedrich. So as you can note on page 42 of your packet, this action item was just approved an hour ago by the Justice Committee, and it now comes to Finance for approval. This is to increase wages that are related to a DCFS grant to bring them in compliance with the minimum standards of that grant.
Any questions? Hearing none. Action item 4F1D, request approval of administrative salary adjustment in the Children's Advocacy Department. All those in favor of this item signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Action items pass. Do you have any other information for committee, Ms. Taylor?
I have nothing else to present this evening.
Very good. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here and let committee know that our next meeting date for Finance Committee is April 9th, 2025 at 5 p.m. We will adjourn after item 5. I'm going to go back to member Lehman is on the phone. Do you have any comments or question on the line? You've been kind of quiet over there.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Frederick. I did not at this time.
Very good. Thank you. We'll be going now to action item 4.5, other.
Presented for information.
What's that?
It's an item presented for information, so we just wanted to clarify that there will not be a vote this evening. This is just for information.
Okay. Item 5A1. Closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C11. Litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of a particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court, an administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent in which case the basis for the findings shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed session. And I need a motion and a second for that. Motion by Roseman Mendoza, seconded by Klaus. So we are going into closed session. Oh, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now we are in closed session, so